Hi everybody, I'm Cassandra and welcome to the introduction of hooking up with books. Now, what is hooking up with books, you're asking? I will let you know. There has been this tag going on around YouTube, especially in the yarny community, but the tag is 23 non-yarny things about me. And in it, there's questions about what are some of your favorite things. Favorite movie, favorite book, favorite meal, favorite TV series. And a lot of YouTubers that I enjoy watching have done this tag. So I'm still planning to do the tag. But this is where the whole idea of hooking up with books started. Now, my good friend Caroline, she did the tag a few weeks ago and she mentioned one of her favorite authors. And she and I began chatting about books. We both love reading, as I'm sure a lot of people do. And we do try to squeeze in the odd bit of reading in between our crocheting and in between everything else that's going on in our lives. But we started chatting about books and the books that we enjoy. And then Caroline mentioned that one of the crochet books that's come out recently, Lula and her Amigurumi Friends, which is a wonderful crochet book with a lot of different types of characters in it. And she said she really thinks that this specific author that she enjoys reading, Frederick Parkman, the characters in his book remind her of the characters in the Amigurumi book, Lula and her Friends. And how interesting it would be to read a book, a normal, just novel, and then creating an Amigurumi character based on the characters from the book or one of the characters that stood out in a specific book. So we thought, of course, both of us loving Amigurumi, both of us loving reading, we thought, well, this is a brilliant idea. So we sort of started a little mini book club. And as the weeks went on, we really enjoyed chatting about the book that we were reading. And we thought, well, what would be more fun than, all of our yarny friends, there's so many people that enjoy reading. We wanted to sort of expand our little book club to include you guys. Because so many people love reading and so many people have different loves of books and different types of books. But what I loved about the non-yarny tag is that I got to sort of hear about other books that I would never have thought of ever looking at or reading. So this is the whole basis of how hooking up with books started. So every month we will be reading a different book and we will let you guys know well in advance what the books are in case you wanted to join in every month or every couple of months. Maybe there's a specific book that you've always wanted to read and we're doing it sometime during, the lineup of books that we want to do. But then we also want to make some or other crochet project based on the book. So it might be, in all probability, for us, it will be an Amigurumi character. But it can be anything. It can be a bookmark, a crochet bookmark based on the colors that you sort of get the feeling for in the book. Or it can be a granny square. There's so many different things that you can make based on books, characters, colors. So this is the whole sort of background to what hooking up with books is basically going to be about. So every month, so this month it's starting a bit quicker because we were so excited about the idea. We wanted to let you guys know about it, but we're going to run it from the 15th of every month. So from the 15th of September to the 15th of October, we'll do our first book. Then on the 15th of October, we will reveal whatever project it is that we made based on the book, and we will start with our next book. But because, I mean, if there's some of you that want to join, we don't want to like give you 2 or 3 days only to be able to get hold of the book if you want to join. So what we'll do, we'll let you guys know what the first 2 books are that we're going to be doing for this year. So for the remainder of the year, we're only doing 2 books because it's getting towards the end of the year. And as you all know, November and December are usually incredibly hectic. So we're going to do a book starting now the 15th of September, a second book starting the 15th of October. And then from January, we'll be announcing 3 books at once. So the ones we're going to do in January, February, and March. And then in the beginning of January, we'll announce the next set of 3 books for April, May, and June. And so on, so that you would have more than enough time to get hold of one. If you want to do all of the books with us, that would be amazing. If you just want to do one of the books with us, that's also awesome. But because we want to include you guys, we would love to get some suggestions on your favorite books. If you want to be brave and add something like, I'm still considering, I'm a very, very big Jane Austen fan, and I know Jane Austen is not for everyone. But this is also what I wanted to add. So even if you guys are not into reading, for instance, one of the books that we suggest, a lot of the books these days have got either audiobooks or movies, which can also be done during that month. So it doesn't have to be a physical book or a written book that you read. You can do the audiobook, you can do the movie. I know many of the books that I've got in mind have got movies made of them or based on them, and that can of course also be used as part of the Hooking Up with Book series. So enough explaining on what the whole thing is about. Let me tell you what our first book is going to be. So starting 15 September, we are going to be starting with a book called Where the Crawdads Sing. Now this is a mystery book, but I wanted to just give you a little intro, just read the blurb to you so that you have more or less just get a feeling of what the book is about. So, Where the Crawdads Sing. For years, rumors of the Marsh Girl have haunted Barkley Cove, a quiet town on the North Carolina coast. So late in 1969, when handsome Chase Andrews is found dead, the locals immediately suspect Kaya Clark, the so-called Marsh Girl. But Kaya is not what they say. Sensitive and intelligent, she has survived for years alone in the marsh that she calls home, finding friends in the gulls and lessons in the sand. Then the time comes when she yearns to be touched and loved. When 2 young men from the town become intrigued by her wild beauty, Kaya opens herself to a new life until the unthinkable happens. So, our first book is a bit of a mystery book. Now, just in case you wanted to know what our second book is, so starting on the 15th of October, we've got our second book ready as well. If you wanted to join only that one, or wanted to join that one as well, it is called Britt-Marie Was Here. This is from one of Caroline's favorite authors, Frederick Bachman. And I will read you just so that you know what this one is about, in case you want to consider joining us for this one. I'm going to read you the little blurb at the back. Britt-Marie can't stand a mess, but that's exactly what her life has become, leaving behind an unfaithful husband and a lifetime of taking care of everyone else before herself. She moves to a backwater town for a job, looking after a crumbling recreation center, the favorite hangout of the town's supremely untalented children's soccer team. With her strict views about all things from the proper arrangement of a cutlery drawer to the appropriate time to wake up, Britt-Marie knows exactly how those around her should live their lives, and she isn't shy about sharing her opinions. But hidden inside the socially awkward, fussy busybody is a woman who has more imagination, bigger dreams, and a warmer heart than anyone around her realizes. As the fastidious Britt-Marie is drawn into the daily doings, hopes, and dreams of her unpredictable fellow citizens, she is faced with new challenges and must learn to let down her guard. In this small town of misfits, can Britt-Marie find a place where she truly belongs? So guys, this will be our 15 October book. So there you have it, Where the Crawdads Sing, starting 15 September. And Britt-Marie was here starting 15 October. Then we'll be taking a little break for the very, very busy festive season. And we'll announce the first 3 books that we will be doing in January, February, and March. Probably around October when we do the reveal for our amigurumi or our crochet project based on Britt-Marie. But I will link down below the books that we'll be doing. I'll also link Caroline's channel. You can pop over to her channel as well. And then please, if you guys want to join our little book club, let us know some of your favorite books, books you think that every one of us will enjoy, books that you've enjoyed that you want to share with us. Please, we want to include them in our reading list for next year. So that's it, guys. Just an introduction of our little book club. I hope that we will have some of you join us. We will be starting some chats about the books every month. It's going to be awesome. All right, friends, that is it for now. I will see all of you on Wednesday for my regular yarny video. And until then, I hope you have a fantastic day.